everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope this video finds you well, as if this is an email. If you don't know, my name is Sephora. I'm a licensed attorney and law school coach, and I'm coming here to tell you guys that if you're applying to law school, then I want you to avoid the trap of comparison, right? So I see it when I'm talking to my clients, I see it like in comments, I see it like in emails, I see it in messages, my assistant sends me things, I see all types of things. And it's so easy to fall into this trap of comparison when you're applying to law school, because what you're doing naturally is looking at one person's scores or looking at what one person has done and all their extracurriculars and all these things on their resume and their work experience, and you're saying, oh my gosh, like I'm nowhere near there, or I don't have half as good stuff, right? Or like one thing that I'll hear is they have so much work experience, they've done all these great things, they've done all these cool things, and I'm nowhere near that. Like my resume is empty. I don't have anything to add. And what I always say and what I want to say is you have to stop comparing yourself to other people in the application cycle. When you're going through the application cycle, the goal is to make yourself stand out based on your qualities, your strengths, your characteristics. And if you are going to do that, then you have to stop looking to the left and looking to the right and just focus on your own path and focus on emphasizing your strengths and mitigating your weaknesses. So take the time to step back. And again, this is just another reason why you want to start early enough in the cycle, but take a time to step back and ask yourself, okay, what are some things about me that I'm proud of, right? What are some things about me that I have done that I can say like, yeah, I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back because that was impressive. Or even if you don't think it was impressive, it was difficult and you made it through, right? Take the time to write down every single accomplishment, every single win, every single thing that you've been through, and just write all of that down and start looking at that list and asking yourself, in what ways do I have a story connected to this, or in what ways can this some way be portrayed in my application as a piece of, as showing the admissions counselors that, hey, like I am a very strong applicant and I've got these different things about me that are showing you that I am, right? So I'm not telling you, but I'm showing you through these different things, because when you're going through this comparison, what you're essentially doing is you're stopping yourself from seeing the value in your own application, which is only harming your application. It's not harming someone else's. And then even when it comes to scores, right? Because I see this one a lot too, and then it goes both ways, right? So on one hand, I'll see people with high scores be really, really worried. Like my clients with very high scores, so high GPAs and high LSATs, and I'm talking 3.8 and above, 170 and above, be so concerned because they see people with other similar high scores not get into top schools or not get scholarships to top schools. And so it makes them start to worry, because they're like, well, if they didn't, then like, why will I, or why should I? Like it's anxiety inducing for them. And I get it, but that's why I want all of you guys to stop doing that comparison, because at the end of the day, you don't know what someone has talked about in their application, and that does matter. Like your application is read and it does make a difference. You don't know if that person raised red flags in their application. You don't know if that person just, their scores were high but their writing was piss poor and it's like on a second grade level, and so they were like, I don't know if you took these scores, or I don't know if this was really you, or maybe it was a tutor, or whatever it may be, right? Literally the point is here, like you never know what someone has regardless of what's going on with high stats, right? You don't know what's going on outside of those high stats and what the reason for their rejections were. And so you don't want to kind of take that and then internalize it and add it to your own cycle. On the flip side of that, I have clients who get into top law schools below 25th percentiles, right? I have clients with 2.2s and at a T50, clients with 3.1s and at a T20, clients with 2.9s and at a T20, clients below 25th and at T14s, T10s, and even T5s actually. And then people look at those clients and say, I want that to be me. And right, nothing is guaranteed in the law school application cycle. And that's why when I have people sending these emails or saying like, where did this person go? Or what did this person get? And I mean, in taking that and allowing it to give you confidence or give you hope, absolutely, right? And that's what you should take it for, because it should be giving you hope in the sense that it is possible, because it is, but not taking that and then saying, yeah, this is exactly what's going to happen to me, because again, you don't know what that person talked about in their application. You don't know what that person's story was. You don't know how that application was built to focus on their strengths. And if you're solely focused on those numbers and you think you're solid just because your numbers are similar to theirs and you disregard everything else, that's also going to do you a disservice. So that's what I mean when I say avoid it in both directions. So right, the first direction was looking at something potentially negative and then saying, oh my gosh, that's going to happen to me. And the second direction is looking at something potentially positive. So like if you're below the 25th or below medians, and then saying that's going to happen to me, because you can't predict these things. Overall, when you're going through your application cycle, the best thing that you can do for yourself to set yourself up for success, to make sure that you are standing out in the admissions process, make sure that you are separating yourself from the pack and getting pulled out of the pile, is simply to devote your time diligently to everything that you can do, everything that's within your power to make your application as strong as it can be. That's your LSAT, that's your GPA, that's your application materials, that's your soft factors, that's your application prep, that's everything that you do after the application. I have an entire video posted on the law school application timeline where I go into details on those different facets and what you should be doing and how you can build up that application to make sure that you are focusing on yourself and making sure that you're ready in your own journey and in your own cycle. But really, I think the main takeaway here and why I wanted to make this video was because there's so much noise going on. There's so much chatter, especially if you're in the heart of application season. It's like when it's open and you're submitting, because you'll see people submitting early in the cycle and you'll see decisions coming back. And maybe that gives you anxiety, or maybe that makes you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm late. Because that's another thing I've been hearing is, oh my gosh, Sephora, I'm so late. And I'm recording this in September. I'm like, you are not late. You are not late, right? And I'm like, trust me, you are not late. Don't let what you're seeing online, don't let all of these things freak you out. You have to run your own race. And that's just another reason why I think it's very beneficial to have a coach or a mentor go with you along the process, because you have to remember that your journey is no one else's. No one else's journey is yours. And when you are confident in your journey, when you're confident in your process and you're confident in what you are doing, you are going to be confident in your law school application cycle and hopefully in your law school application materials. And all that's going to do for you is set you up to have a successful law school application cycle. And so that is why I encourage every single one of you guys to stop that. So don't fall into this trap of comparison, okay? Don't fall into the trap of comparison. And I want to help you. I recently launched a new offer where I'm giving you exactly what you need to be doing, when you need to be doing it, how you need to be doing it, how to keep yourself on track throughout the entire law school application cycle. The details of that will be in the description box, or you can just go to toppingthecurve.com. It's super accessible, and I've made this so that I can help more of you guys at once. So I hope you guys can check that out. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on social media at Topping the Curve. And I hope to see you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.